Okay, I'm on to a mini review of the last movement of the Beethoven C minor violin piano sonata. Incidentally, this is not about the last movement, it's not even about the third movement, it's about the second movement when C major scales, sometimes piano alone, sometimes shared with the violin. I was just really curious about exactly the time frame, because they so clearly seem to represent the C minor concerto. And in fact, both the concerto, well, the concerto was written about 1800 and this piece in about 1801 to 1802, and they were both published in 1803. The concerto has opus 57, and this is one of the opus 37, and this is one of the opus 30s. But although this was published a month after the concerto, did I say that right? No, the concerto was published a month after this, but the concerto was written about a year before this one was started, or at least a number of months before. So, in fact, what one would assume to be a quotation of the concerto or a reference to it seems to be exactly what it is. Anyway, enough about that. We're on to the last movement, so I'm going to skip around. That I have a fingering for this piano that's different and that adopted some of the editor's fingering that doesn't work or that's not useful on the concert piano. So I'm doing a fingering now that is more instinctively for me, of my style, which is 2/4 and 4/5. Myself nervous there. This time I got the repeated note, but then I didn't have the follow through with a sense of equanimity. Not bad, the stuff before, but it's worth one tiny little thing I need to review. The C major. It's such a sharp C minor, so I really need the space so those two don't merge with one another. So. Did the page turn okay? I was a little threatened on these then, that was kind of fun. If you know this stuff and you look, I mean, that's so much easier than when you're being frantic about how to place your hand. The same bit of nervousness as we saw, even though it's not as hard as the preceding version, but I do have to isolate my hand position. I have to start fresh. Okay, coda. I made it to go down too far in my so I need that's interesting. Got to make sure that my G changes to G7 there. It does G7, G, G7. Isn't that easy? And then left. Sforzando piano, you need no sound in the bass. Let me go back. That really is a lot of fun. Anyway, I can't say that my preparation has been perfect, but it really is reaching an appropriate plateau. It would be lovely to be playing this a lot, to be refining it, and even during the day. I'm pretty good at refining things the day of a recital. But really, as I discovered from going back to some familiar pieces for an upcoming solo recital, that revisiting old friends, musical friends, can be really, really a delicious experience, because you get past some of the fresh discoveries and then you start to integrate them. Some of them you change. And of course that's always a surprise when you've lived with a particular solution or thought about a piece for a long time, and in an instant you change dramatically some aspect of it. It could be a small fingering issue, it could be a conceptual matter. But that is part of the fun of re-exploring an old friend like that. A newish friend, although there were the vaguest indications that I've played this before, quite frankly, none of it stuck. There was no real sense, other than having heard the piece, that my body and my ears were attuned to the piece. So it's been a delight to rediscover, or to discover it really more consciously this time, let me put it this way. So, I'll see you in a bit.